Hi everyone, Agnes here. Now, X back, manifest a specific person or manifest a brand new person. In this video, I'm going to talk about why so many of you are struggling, why I struggled for 5 relationships and finally worked out the missing pieces, how I changed it, what I did, and that you are not doomed to a life that is loveless or where you're not wanted by someone or where you're constantly repelling people. Okay? Now, the repelling part that is really nailing a lot of you is this constant unquenchable thirst of looking for love, of trying to get love, of trying to get attention, being in a state where you are constantly in this needy seeking mode for validation, for reassurance, for, oh, I just wish someone would love me. I'm lonely. I just would like somebody. Now, some of you have had very difficult childhoods. Some of you have been through a lot of unlovedness in your growing up years. So it's understandable that you end up in this state because that's what you learned. Now, if you want to break that, and it is totally possible, you're not stuck in an unloved life for the rest of your life. But you will need to do certain things, and you will need to do certain things differently than what you've been doing, because if you're stuck in a pattern that happens over and over, if you keep ending up with third parties, if you keep getting in situations where you end up brokenhearted, rejected, where someone loved you and then they didn't love you very shortly after, and they ghosted you, walked away, and just said, look, it's not you, it's me, all these things, but you end up alone once again, and this happens over and over and over. I'm going to share with you what it is that you really need to think about, and you need to be really honest with yourself, and you need to be really disciplined if you're going to change this. This is changeable. You can end up with a love life that is so satisfactory. You can end up, yes, sometimes with an ex, sometimes with a specific person, sometimes with a brand new relationship. None of that matters. It is just the foundation. The underneath of that foundation, whichever one of those things you choose, the underneath of that foundation needs to be corrected. You need to transform this part of yourself. This is the part that's kicking your backside. This is the part that keeps you in the same cycles over and over and over. Even for those of you that are struggling, that have done some self-love, self-love is a very important piece, but there are other factors that need to be taken into consideration. Okay, so I'm going to share with you what it is that it takes to create, having a relationship, to get an ex back, to attract a specific person or a brand new relationship. You must be doing certain things, okay? And you've got to stop doing certain things. The whole thing of the foundation of you needs to be changed. Now, what is that? It's your energetic footprint, okay? Your footprint is energetically muddy, let's say, okay? So if you are continuing to be in this state of repelling, of people saying the same things to you, and you think, here we go again, oh my goodness, I can't stand it. Why? Again, if this is happening to you, then there is a whole energetic transformation that has to happen for you. What do you need to stop doing? You need to stop all this getting, chasing, needy, anxious, look at me, looking for reassurance, looking for validation, all of that. Now, my brother explained to me many years ago, do you know the difference between silver and platinum? And I knew roughly, but I will put the link to that conversation down below in the description and up here next to my head at the end, so you can go through what my brother said to me, and it was life-changing. That conversation, because I was crying and brokenhearted when we had that conversation, I understood something that day that I never understood before. Okay, so there must be a transformation inside of you. And instead of having these codependent relationships where one person is the parent and the other one's the needy child, or the other way around, where sometimes you are the parent and the other person's the needy child, whichever dynamic you're in, this codependent thing that just, it's not mature, it's not satisfactory, and you're always looking for them to meet your needs and them looking to you, and it's just very adolescent and codependent, I would say. Now, if you don't want that type of relationship, you want something serious, you're someone who's already started working on your self-love and you are pretty good at it, but you're still not getting the thing to click into place, the relationship thing, and you would like it to, this is going to be a time where you really learn about love. And love is something that we generate from within and that we send out with our vibration. Now, at the time, I went to see Abraham Hicks about 3 or 4 times, I think, live. I also was reading Neville for about 20 years. I had a really solid foundation with all this stuff, but I was still having one relationship after another that would leave me after about 4 to 5 years. And I was missing some important pieces. The first thing was how I would get anxious and then I would attach myself to someone, then I would have a fear of loss, fear of abandonment, then they would start getting repelled by that, and then they would eventually leave, and it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it was devastating every time. It would take me 6 months to a year to get over it, and I would lose a lot of weight, I would lose a lot of sleep, and I would really, I remember praying to God to take me in my sleep because I thought, I don't want to kill myself, but I definitely want to die in my sleep so I don't wake up with this pain anymore. Those of you that are in that, you know that. It's terrible and it feels awful and it feels like you can't do the other things in your life. So now, changing this thing in me, this abandonment, this inner child neediness, this absolute, I wouldn't even say fear of abandonment. For me, it was terror of abandonment. It was terror. So, when you've got that in your childhood, then it affects, it's like you go, this is a subconscious thing that was in me at the time. If I can just find someone who loves me to make up for my childhood, then I will have achieved it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relationships later, I'm still not getting it. And my mum says to me, which I wasn't very happy with at the time, how many times are you going to do this to yourself? Not very nice when you're in the middle of, but anyway, it was a good point. So self-love, yes, but getting to the point where you treat yourself like you are rare and precious, that you have boundaries, that you ask the right questions. And what I mean by that is when you start to engage with someone, a little chemistry, a little attraction, you find out if people have finished their business. Because a lot of you are coming to me 6, 8 months, a year after you've started to get together with someone. It might be your ex, it might be just a specific person, it might be a brand new relationship, but that person has not finished their business, as in their baggage with someone else, and then it's backfired on you. So part of this journey is to make sure that you really get a sense of where someone is at. If someone's still living with their ex, but they're in different rooms, hell no. If someone is still going through a divorce and there's all this messy stuff going on and arguments and all of that, hell no, because they bring that into the relationship towards you. And then you bear the brunt of it, you see. So part of this is not letting your I want to be with somebody not ask important questions and not assess if this is a good situation to step into. When you are secure, when you have a presence, you're not in any rush, and you will watch really clearly what is going on. And you will not step towards someone and do the horizontal cha-cha on date number 4 until you know that stuff. So that is really important, okay? Now, all of that is really the foundation. You've got to get your self-love really strong, yes, but you also need to do this stuff. You need to have good boundaries. You need to not come from desperation to hurry up and accelerate and get into a relationship. You got to pull up the handbrake, take your time, observe, and you need to get yourself in that beautiful state of I am love and I'm bringing that towards you. You stop doing affirmations. I am chosen, I'm pursued, I'm the prize. All these affirmations that are about validating how good you are from an external source. I personally don't think those affirmations are good. Years ago, I would have done them. Now, absolutely not, because it is often driven by I need proof of love. And you do not want proof. You are love, and the feeling that you're loved is the proof. And once you get to that place, your vibration brings that relationship and it falls at your feet. Until then, the discipline to work through the beliefs you hold about relationships that are negative, the discipline to work on your self-love every day, not because you have to, because you want a relationship, because you love yourself and you deserve to do that for yourself. And that you watch who you take advice from. There's a lot of you that I hear in coaching sessions, in groups, on the little threads of YouTubes, where you've got advice from a family member, you've got advice from a friend, you've got advice from a counselor, a therapist, a coach, a YouTuber, whoever, and that person might not even be in a relationship, so be careful who you take advice from. It is the most expensive advice, is the free stuff from someone who's disgruntled or is still untangling themselves from experience, and then all the stuff that comes out of their mouth is from that experience, and then it is not the advice that you need. So another part of self-love is do not ask people that are not in good relationships and that they've maintained them for a long time for advice. Okay? You're not going to ask someone who's earning $30,000 a year how to make $1 million. So it's the same with this. You ask who you know has got the goods, and you need to make sure that you go to someone where there is integrity. Okay? So all of this is the work you need to do, and it is possible because I am a living testimony. I've been with my person for 13 years. It's gone extremely well. And I keep saying my relationship gets better and better. Is it perfect? No, but it's excellent. And it's, you know, a moving thing. I throw my self-love at it. I water it. I give it a bit of sun and it flourishes. So the same can happen for you. And I know that some of you just feel like love is so far away, but I can tell you it is there's just 2 points, you being unloved and I am loved over here, and you just got to find your way there, and it doesn't have to take a long time. If you stop wasting your time on doing these bright, shiny object techniques that so many of you have told me you are doing and that you've stopped doing, which is great, do the real work, and then it doesn't take long. You must work on the transformation within you. You must work on that. Letting go of anxiety, fear of abandonment, fear of loss, that panic and trying to get attention and validation. You've got to give up all those habits, and then you've got to transform your inside so that you become someone that is someone who has a presence of love, someone who is resonating and radiating quietly a beauty that is so intriguing. And when you get to that point, that's when love will show itself in front of you. Now, I am taking the next live class for those that want to unlock your power to manifest your ex back or your specific person. But it's not a get-rich-quick thing, okay, as they say. It's not one of those. You're going to be working on you, and you're going to move through a lot of this stuff. So you're going to transform yourself so you can be positioning yourself to get to where you want to go. Attract love the way you want it, and know that you're standing in your power and in the presence of who you are, and showing the most amazing beauty of how Source made you. Not this fearful, anxious, stressed, looking to be chosen, choose me, choose me. You're not going to be doing any of that. Choose me, pursue me. That's low grade down here, LOA, and I'm not teaching that. Okay, if you want that, there's lots of other people that do it. If you want to seriously buckle up and get on this and do it properly, then come and join the group this Sunday, the 23rd of March, and it's 10 weeks. So you're going to show up and do this work, and you're going to excavate, and we're going to have really interesting discussions. There's already been, I think, 3 or 4 groups that have gone before you, and they have continued to do more together because they have bonded and really gelled. They've been supporting each other, sending, YouTube's books, resources, and really getting in there and supporting each other. And the transformation is evident. And it is just a beautiful thing to watch people step into that mature inner love and then see what is unfolding for them. More contact, dates, people showing each other, more love via text, via phone calls. The transformation of the person then transforms the relationships. All right, so if you want to join, information's all down below in the description. But if you want a quick fix, this isn't the course for you, okay? This is for the people that are serious and that are going to do the work, and they want to experience the love, and they're willing to do like you go to the gym and you do your weights and you lift more and more weights. You're going to be doing some weightlifting in this one, okay? So, lots of love. See you in the next YouTube. And power to you. Woohoo!